Hi, how's it going? Oh my god, sometimes a lot of lifting makes my back hurt. In today's video, we're talking about what movie do I own the most copies of. This was brought on because I was looking through my Godzilla collection to do a Godzilla video. That was a hell of a thing. I've still got everything in front of me. It's kind of crazy. And I was thinking to myself, man, there are occasional films where I will buy several copies of. And you're thinking, Julian, why the fuck are you buying several copies of the same movie? Because I can. Okay, sometimes there are different reasons. Mostly it's for upgrade purposes. Maybe I've gone from a DVD to a Blu-ray to a 4K scan on a Blu-ray to a Steelbook to another Steelbook to a 4K UHD to a 4K Steelbook, something like that. Maybe it's a collector's set. Maybe it's a collection set. Maybe it's all this kind of different thing. So I'm going to go through my four, and you have the joy of figuring out eventually which one. I'll probably end it. I'll end it with the one that I have the most of. So of course you can skip to that. You can be a spoiler alert person and jump to the end and figure out, oh shit, that's a lot of copies of that. That's crazy. Wow. Now let's watch the rest of the video to see what is in contrast to. So let's look at what we got. Oh my god. I guess we'll start with the movie I have 6 different copies of. Okay, how do I... Oh my god, there's so much here. I don't even know how to display it yet. We'll start with the most obvious. Actually, can I go in order? I'll go in order. Kind of like order of how I got them. Alien. The first movie. I grew up with the DVD. Don't have the DVD anymore. I don't know where it is. I think I got rid of it a long time ago. Anyway, Blu-ray anthology set. The first 4 films, of course, because... Sure, what a terrible picture of the show. It's half of the face of the Queen, and it's all blue-coded, so you can't even tell what it is. It's an okay set. Of course... The reasonable person upgrades to the 4K. I've still got that new sticker on because I can't get it off. This is the out-of-print Australian 4K. I say out-of-print because you can't get it here in Australia anymore. People were angry at me when I mentioned you couldn't get this anymore. They're like, no, you can. I'm like, not in Australia, you can't. It's the 4K. It comes with theatrical cut and director's cut on 4K. And the isolated score. And audio commentary. And composer's original isolated score. It's got 2 different isolated scores? Holy shit. That's crazy. I gotta listen to the other one. I know that Goldsmith did 2. He did one that was from like a different film, and that's what they used for Alien, but he did one that was actually for the film, and they were like, nah, we're gonna use the other one. Really good 4K. A Steelbook release that I really don't know why I have. I got it in a bundle of things, and I just haven't gotten rid of it, just because, why not? It's the Alien 6-film set. There's no name for that, apparently. 6-film collection comes with, obviously, Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Resurrection, Prometheus, and Covenant. It is my backup copies for Covenant and Prometheus, just in case, I guess, even though they're actually disc stacked, so they're fucking awful. It isn't a protector because it is a Steelbook, and it's just got different heads. It's really shit artwork. It's awful artwork. Like, sure, oh, well, that's Alien, and then the Aliens, and then Alien 3, and then Alien 4. No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, that does make sense. Alien 4, Alien, but that's Prometheus, and that's Resurrection, and is that meant to be Covenant? And then that's Aliens? What is the fucking deal with this thing? My next 2 are actually premiums. These are Film Arena releases. There are 2 of them. One of them is still... They're both in protectors. There is a 3rd release that I don't have. This is the glow-in-the-dark release, which comes with a lenticular magnet on the artwork for the Steelbook, which I will show off in a second, as well as, of course, the double lenticular version. I've currently got it on this version. I usually display one or the other. It's just the alien attacking someone. As you can see, obviously you can see the viewfinder. I apologize. Lenticulars are really hard to show off on camera. They really, really suck. If I can, and I'll try to... This is one of 500 units. These probably are quite expensive. I should try to sell this. I don't need this anymore. A lot of these, you'll notice in this video, are going to be Steelbook releases, and you'll be like, Julian, why? And I'll be like, because I used to collect Steelbooks. I don't anymore. So the back end is Ripley with her flamethrower. There's nothing especially special about this release anymore, I don't think. At least in contrast, because again, most premiums, when you get them, the steelbook is the same, the booklet is the same, the other booklet is the same. I think it's all the same stuff, steelbook, everything is all the same as the other set. I think they might have different images in the booklets. I think that Film Arena does that, where one of them will have written text in the booklet, one of them will have just images of like behind the scenes, and one of them will have images from the movie. I don't have the third set. That being said, the steelbook, this is the glow-in-the-dark one, again, lenticular. It comes with this magnet, which is pretty sweet. I eventually took off, like, put it in a protector because it was just getting so much dust. And it does get a lot of dust. It just sits there on the shelf, patiently waiting for me to take it out again to show it off, I guess. It's a nice display piece. Again, it's one of the few times I'll actually have a premium on display. That's why I don't really care to buy this stuff anymore, because it used to be, oh my god, these are so pretty. And it still looks pretty, you know, sure, why not? You know, got some embossing and everything, looks nice. The magnet just goes right on top. So yeah, it's interesting. It's not something that I need anymore. Gonna have a lot of that realization during this video of, man, I don't need any of this shit. But at the same time, it's one of those things with physical media where you can buy so many versions of a film for just steelbooks, for different artwork, for different releases that have different transfers or whatever. Eventually, you'll just have so many releases of a film that you'll be like, why do I have these? What do I do with all these releases? And then you just sell them off. It's easy. Last but not least, for the Alien one, that's extra steelbook doesn't count because it's part of a set. The anthology quadrilogy words set, which obviously is in there. It's in a little egg. Little egg that fucking... Does the battery work? No, the batteries died. Did I even... I don't think there is batteries in it. I probably took the batteries out. Yeah, it's an alien egg. It's a weird looking release because you got the xenomorph and it just wraps around and wraps into it as if it just kind of comes out of it. It's fucking stupid. It does turn on. There's a light that glows there. This is a great release to have if you do not have it, mostly because it comes with all the bonus features discs, which is hours and hours and hours of documentaries, and they are fucking amazing. There's like a documentary per film. They're all at least 2 hours long. It's done by the same guy who did like the Blade Runner documentary and everything. It is fucking amazing stuff, and it's in a really cool set. So sure, it's 2 extra bonus discs of special features. So yeah. It's a prized one in my collection, to say the least. Okay, so that was the first one, with Alien, with 6 different releases. The only real contrast is the original Blu-ray, actually 3 notable ones. The original quadrilogy set, the anthology set, it's not even an anthology. They're in the same universe, same continuity. Anyway, Tetralogy is the actual name. The Tetralogy set, then you get the 4K UHD, and then you get the anthology set, the big egg one, which is the one that has all the special features. So at least there's 3 valid versions to keep. Then we get to one of my all-time favorite films. Shit, these are all some of my favorite films. These are all in my top 4 favorite movies. Who'd have thought it? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is the first release I ever got of it. It is the limited edition, as they say, slipcover release. Standard Blu-ray with a quote-unquote limited edition cover, slipcover, back when those used to exist. Man, you guys remember that? Back when these comic book covers would exist? At least this felt appropriate, because it's based on a comic. I had this for years before I started getting different versions. I eventually got the appropriate 4K UHD upgrade, which I actually got from the UK before before Australia got it. There's not much to scream home about this. Even as a 4K, I don't care that much for it. It's fine. It does have Dolby Atmos, which is maybe the real kicker with it, but I don't think visually it has that much. I think it's just standard HDR grading. It doesn't have like Dolby Vision logo or anything, so I think it's just standard HDR. The artwork's still nice, at least. There's it's still come out in Australia since, so I don't need to have this version anymore, but that's just how it goes, because it just took forever to come out in Australia. Also, as a sleeve, it ain't great. Then, one of my first steelbooks for it was this. Again, the standard Blu-ray version. It's a landscape version, hence why I'm holding it like this. In a protector, it's got some debossing. The back of it shows the, evil X's. The title is really, really small, saying Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, right in the tiny middle. It's not amazing, but it's a cute steelbook at least. It was pretty cheap. I think I got it for like $30, which is good. Another one that is still mint condition. I don't really technically need this anymore. This is just the one of all of them together as the comic book counterparts. It's a nice steelbook. Again, standard Blu-ray. One that I probably should get rid of at some stage because I really don't need it. And I'm going to emphasize the really don't need it. It also has a different spine artwork as well, which is better artwork. The Verse the World is still in very small text. But this is probably the best of the Scott Pilgrim steelbooks. I say that because I have this, which is my most expensive of the Scott Pilgrim steelbooks. This is the premium version from Everything Blue. Everything Blue is defunct now. They don't exist. I have a couple of their Edgar Wright releases, and it's a very pretty release, which I haven't opened for a long time, so let's do that. I sometimes forget that I can just do that. I can just open these up and actually take a look at them. I think this is a standard steelbook protector, so it's not the best fit for it. Yeah, it's just a kind of a thick hard shell case. Oh, it has different artwork. Shit, I didn't realize that. I guess I can keep the other one still. Oh wait, no, hold on. The J cut was on top of it. I'm wrong. It is the same artwork. I thought it was. So it wasn't exactly world exclusive artwork. But yeah, nice artwork. Again, the same artwork from the back of the other steelbook, and ironically the same artwork from the other steelbook I have, but just on the disc. Has the limited edition little banner, and actually comes with a pick. This is what makes it super rare. Comes with a pick, a guitar pick, obviously. Wow, I haven't opened that in years. That's crazy. This used to be in my mind like such a prized possession, because it is, like, as a collector of these steelbooks, super rare. I mean, there's only 1,000 that exist, which is actually not that bad in contrast to some of the other releases I have that only have like a couple hundred. Again, like those Film Arena ones. But this one was just because I adored this film so much and just wanted steelbooks of it, because I was just mad for steelbooks. And for that reason alone, I can keep this. I don't need the other steelbook, which I say that now because I actually sold one that is identical to this release from Taiwan, which is the 4K UHD release, which comes with a little hook thingy. Gotta take that off. Taiwan release. Again, it's the same 4K UHD, just has a glossier, embossed cover than the standard Blu-ray I have. It's a regular sleeve, you get a booklet, you get the steelbook. The steelbook is not an accurate artwork steelbook, because the guitar on the back is actually inaccurate. This is the 4K UHD. It comes with a poster. It comes with character cards. Oh boy. And it comes with a big not a big poster. It comes with a poster that just tells you all the characters, all of his friendships. Wow. I forgot about that. It's actually quite a nice set. I still like that I have this. If anything, I prefer that I have it. I had the exact same steelbook before of the exact same design, because when Scott Pilgrim was first announced on 4K, they had the slipcover version, and they had, this is just stills from the movie, but it has some, actually, an interview. Well, interviews with the actors. That's great. I like that. And the director. Yeah, and pictures. This is a good booklet. I love this kind of stuff. Man, I love this movie. Yeah, and it has artwork on the back. the standard 4K Steelbook release was the same as this 4K Steelbook, and so I went to, I ordered that from Zavvi back when. I remember it actually really like it was yesterday, because it was. I'm not that fond of the memory. I just remember it really well because I was in Australia. You could log into Zavvi, and it was an hour before the US. So it was basically like the red carpet for the UK was the same time as Australia. So I could just jump in, buy stuff that's the same time as the red carpet UK, and then fine. And I bought that Steelbook, and I bought that slipcover version of Scott Pilgrim, and I moved on. And then this came out, and I bought this one because it came with the booklet and everything else. I was buying some other stuff from the same place, which you will potentially see later in this video. And yeah, I ended up getting that, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then I sold that Steelbook literally just 2 days ago that I'm filming, because I just didn't need it anymore. I'm like, this is a duplicate of one I already have. And that's the same with the Everything Blue Steelbook. I could sell the Everything Blue version. I probably won't. We also have Titans of Cult. This is the last one. This one fucking sucks. It says KO. It's the K and then the O. It has a shitty Steelbook. It has a pin badge of the Sex Bomb, which is fine, I guess. Did this have a scratch on the... Yeah, it did have a scratch on the spine. I don't buy Titans of Cult anymore. They used to be quite the fun label. And you think, Scott Pilgrim's not a cult film. It kind of actually is. It didn't have a huge following. Again, it gained one over time because that's how cult followings work. So you get a pin, which is not bad. This is just kind of like a lackluster release because the Steelbook itself is just like, it's the fridge. I was so disappointed when I saw that artwork. Like, this artwork's fine. Again, Steelbooks are just artwork. It does come with a poster, which I don't even care. Oh, it was one of the... You got a mystery poster. So you got, again, the same KO artwork on the inside with the disc artwork, 4K UHD and whatever. They had a paper poster. So it's so poorly printed. And it would give you a random poster. This is the Lucas Lee Action Doctor 1. See, this is where I'm looking at these and thinking, I should sell some of these. I don't need these. Other people would love these. The only issue I really have with the Titans of Cult one is you've got to be really careful when you put this stuff in, because the actual plastic from this little container would scratch the Steelbooks, which is not good, obviously, because these aren't like matte finished Steelbooks or anything. These are like regular kind of decently sub-glossy. So, but again, I don't buy Titans of Cult anymore. I wouldn't say they don't exist. They definitely do, because they had a Gladiator release that came out like last year or the year before, and they even won awards for its design. It's because, like, yeah, they spent a year on one Steelbook, and then they spent another year waiting up for another Steelbook. I'm like, who? I don't care. So yeah, that's Scott Pilgrim with all of those handful of releases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, 7 for one movie. Gee, I wonder if that'll get beaten by something else. Of course, with something like Scott Pilgrim, I look at those and I'm like, man, I don't need a lot of these. They're just artwork and pretty papers. The next one, holy shit, is actually my favorite film, and I have more than 7 copies. Here we go. Blade Runner 2049. US Steelbook, matte finish. I don't know why I have this again. Oh my god, I should sell so many of these. The original version I bought on Blu-ray because it came with a bonus disc, which I didn't realize at the time how special this one edition was, both the artwork and the fact that it came with the bonus disc of all the short films and the... the bonus disc says, "To be human, fight the future, the action of Blade Runner 2049, to become one, dressing the skin, the fashion of Blade Runner 2049. I've since gotten other versions that still have those discs, but most sets do not. My 4K UHD, which again is only the 2-disc edition, but it is the UHD, which was the first ever 4K I ever bought. True, I got the 4K TV, and I'm like, I'm buying Blade Runner on 4K. I set up the TV at my old house just so I could watch Blade Runner on 4K, sitting on the floor, just with the TV sitting there, audio coming out of the TV, the most, like, I have no furniture or surround sound system, and I must scream kind of setup. and I just sat there and watched it, and I loved it because I love this movie. And then I've set it up in here. I had to rebox the whole TV. I literally got it out just to watch this, just so we could put it in the box again to travel it to the new house, which we've been in since 2018. And of course, then I set the TV up, and I didn't watch it for a couple more years. I think I've watched it on the OLED ever since, but I've definitely watched it in the surround sound, and it fucking kicks. The next few are more steelbooks. We have this, which is actually a duplicate version of a Manta lamp. Again, you see the artwork looks exactly like that other one. The other one was a Best Buy. This one's a lenticular. This one is a different artwork steelbook. I believe it's Manta Lab. No, it's not Manta Lab. It's like HD Zeta. Holy shit, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. This is a HD Zeta release, but not a legit one per se. Like, it is from them, but they basically had a bunch of extra like covers, and they just unnumbered it. So I bought a unnumbered version just so I could get the lenticular artwork and the steelbook and a booklet and whatever. It doesn't come with a card at all. I was so disappointed when it didn't, and then I was like, why doesn't it? And the person's like, because this isn't a legitimate release. Like, it is, but it isn't, but it is, but it isn't. I buy so much stupid shit. Anyway, Blade Runner again. Yeah, fuck yeah, there's more Blade Runner. This is the Mondo steelbook. This one, exceedingly rare. Took me a long time to find it. I was going to spend a couple $100 on it, because I used to really like steelbooks. This one, I believe, has a dent on it. Oh, does it? It's not in the best nick, because I know that it had some issue with it, but I can't remember where it is. Did it have an issue? Was it a dent on the steelbook? I can't remember. Anyway, nice enough artwork. It's really kind of weird, especially because the back of it is just a zoomed-in version, just flipped over. Like, she's looking at me there. Oh, that's the same. It's just a zoomed-in version of that one part. Yeah, I got this for like $30 or something. Like, I got it for really cheap. This is one that goes for, like, at the time, a couple $100. Yeah. This comes with a bonus disc, at least. Yay. I don't need this anymore. This means nothing to me anymore. So many of these mean absolutely nothing to me. I only have one steelbook that, like, some of them are like steelbooks I have because they're the only ways I could watch some of the films or to get the films on physical. One of the only steelbooks I have that's a multiple copied film would be Suspiria, because the limited edition version of that slaps. It's such a beautiful steelbook. We have the Mondo X version, which luckily I don't have to take it out of its plastic. It's actually in a sleeve in a container. That's all the artwork is. It just says like Blade Runner 2049 on the side, and it's just a light off and then sunlight and then not sunlight. It's a weird design. I don't love it. It's fine, but I will probably get rid of this as well. This is like existential. Going through this shit and being like, man, this shit kind of sucks. This one's a Film Arena. This one's super limited edition. One of 500 units. They had a couple of these available. I went with the Desert one. It's a 4K UHD version, edition 3. It's fine. Again, it has an exclusive steelbook. I think every single one of these steelbooks is unique. I don't have a duplicate steelbook for Blade Runner 2049. If I was to keep any of the steelbooks, it would probably be this. If I was to give you an idea as to what it looks like, which I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. You don't care, but I'm going to do it. You know, it's a nice looking premium and everything. This has not been out of the box for such a long time. Okay, so it's just the main poster, but it's got like embossing and debossing. And that's it. Booklets and other stuff. It's pretty, but that's all you can get from something like this. If you don't care about the cosmetics, this means nothing. You know, like that's the whole shtick about a steelbook. If you don't care about the cosmetics, then this just means nothing. But it did take me a while to get this, and it was not cheap. So that's why I'm like, do I really ever want to sell this kind of stuff if I'm never going to get my money back for it? But at the same time, with time comes either deterioration or not deterioration. If any of the steelbooks I would keep, it would probably be this. Just because it's my favourite of the look of them, because it's simply just the standard poster, but it is just a nice, pretty, orange-coloured set. I don't know, I like it. Reference for reference sake, just to show you how different some of these get, because again, some of these mean absolutely nothing. The HD Zeta one is the matte finish, and look at that, the artwork there. Yeah, guess what? The artwork that's on the back is the same fucking artwork on my Film Arena. I just wanted this steelbook, and the only way that, like, I could get it, it was a standard one that you could get in the US. And again, hi Australia. And I saw this available, and I was like, I'm going to buy that instead, because it's prettier. Oh, because I wanted that one steelbook. And guess what? We're not done. I've got one more edition of Blade Runner 2049. This is my favorite version. This one I'm going to keep no matter what, because this is the Matt Ferguson artwork, J-card involved. This one's really weird artwork, because it's like him standing in the city, you get Joy and everything. On the back, it's Deckard, you get him in the city, which he never is in the city if you've seen the movie. This is a really nice set. It's a collector's set. There are a lot of layers to this set in particular. You get a fold out, which has some artwork, obviously nice. The 3-disc set, which is obviously nice. You know, you can't go wrong. 4K as well. 4K Blu-ray, extra Blu-ray. There is a booklet, which is just more pictures of the fucking movie. I don't think there's actually anything in this booklet except for just pictures. Oh no, there's an interview with an interview with Denis. So there's at least that. I've showed you the wrong side. It's double-sided for the artwork. A poster. You don't need to look at the poster. The poster is just the same as the poster on the artwork on the set. It's just a poster. But this was what introduced me to Matt Ferguson's artwork, because it actually told you on the back of each card what it was called. That's Protein Farm. Out by Matt Ferguson. You get the Las Vegas Joy, which I love. Can't go wrong with Joy. And Deckard, of course. And LA Rooftops. Yeah, Protein Farm, so. It's just nice to have them. See, these are one of those things where, for me, for the longest time, art cards were a really nice playing factor. Yeah. I don't even remember how I found this. I think I found it on eBay one time. I don't think I knew what it was. And I was like, what is this? And I bought it and I was just like, oh my god. And that's where I discovered the extra bonus disc. And then I realized that the Blu-ray I had the bonus disc. So that's Blade Runner. That's my second most collected film with 8 releases, was it? Was that 8 or 7? I think it was 7. 8 releases. Okay, my third one. Oh my, there are 5. What? There are 5. Oh my god, there are 5 releases here. I wasn't meant to show 5. Oh my god, I gotta hurry this up. The next one is equal amount, unfortunately, with my most popular. So both of them. These next 2 are the most collected films I have. And this one I technically was until... Actually, yeah. It technically was until Saturday because I sold a steelbook for it. But then at the same day, I got a different form of media for the other one. So this one, which one should I show off first? Not that one. So here's the thing. Anyway, this is the Scream Factory release, which I believe... Oh, this is the main one I have on the shelf. Oh, I knew it. 2 different movies. This is the steelbook disc, the 4K that works, and the 2011 film. I know, you're probably thinking, what? What? Now, this is one of the only times where it'll have different transfers. Blade Runner, I love the movie, heaps of releases. Scott Pilgrim, I love the movie, heaps of releases plus the 4K. Alien, I love the movie, heaps of releases plus the 4K in the anthology set. The Thing, holy shit do I have a lot of releases for this. Okay, Titans Occult Steelbook. Fucking Taiwan release, the same as the Scott Pilgrim one. Yeah, this is the 4K UHD as well, so this is the only other 4K UHD that works. The US set, US Steelbook, so if you know what that looks like, that's what that is. I don't want to show this shit off. There's too much of it. You see, it's like that. It's a chunky motherfucker. There's a lot of stuff in this one set. There are posters. They've even got the Matt Ferguson artwork inside it, a Japanese poster, a booklet and everything. I love this set. Beautiful set. As I mentioned, Scream Factory, Matt Ferguson Steelbook, which again was the only working disc of the UHD that I had at the time. I can't even sell this off. I mean, I technically could. I really love the film, so I don't really feel like I will. I had this Matt Ferguson artwork set from Universal. This one, the 4K doesn't work. It stutters right near the end. However, fuck off, art cards. Oh my god. Holy shit. Look at all the discs. None of these are from this set. Actually, this one is, the soundtrack. The soundtrack to the thing, the standard version of the Arrow Video Blu-ray, the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and the Scream Factory Special Features Blu-ray. All of them are in this deluxe set, and you're probably thinking, Julian, what the fuck are you doing? That is OCD. That's not even OCD. That is the opposite of OCD. This is insanity. And that's just all in one set. And I'm like, look, no one's going to take this off the shelf to watch the fucking movie. If they're going to watch it, they're going to open the other one and they're going to be like, oh, here's the thing. It's a 4K. Okay, cool, whatever. And here's the thing. Oh, it's a 2011 film. Okay. Which is funny because it's not the only release I have of the 2011 film. Because this set comes with the 2011 film. I'm pretty sure it does. Doesn't it come with the 2011 film? I'm pretty fucking sure it does. One of these sets comes with this 2011 film as a bonus. And I can't remember which one it is. I'm pretty sure it was this one. This was like the 4K Blu-ray, the soundtrack, and the 2011 film. I already had the 2011 film. I have that as its own release, which was a 2-disc release, and I've put The Thing from Another World in there. I'm not putting that in this collection because it's a different movie. The prequel and the original are 2 different movies. The Thing, the Arrow Video Steelbook, yeah, I've got this as well. This one I got for like $30 on Amazon, no, on eBay, because I think it also had a dent in it or something. It doesn't matter. I had this as well. Fuck it, who cares? It just looks nice. The Thing, the fucking Arrow version, which has, oh my god, would you look at that? The Universal Blu-ray. That's crazy. Oh my god, what's going on? And, oh, I'm going to show one more edition, but before I do, the HD DVD. I can't even watch this. I got it for kicks. This was $5. I found it at a movie market a couple years ago. It's the only version I have that is the actual old disc, because I don't have the old disc anymore. I had the old Blu-ray, gone. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, this is the only HD DVD I have, and that's all I can say about it. I can't watch it. Nothing. It doesn't work with anything because there's no HD DVD players. I'd never seen a HD DVD until I saw this, and I'm like, I'm buying that because that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's the kind of mental collector I can be, where I'm going to look at a film that I'm going to get for $5 and be like, this will be funny if I just buy this. So now I have it as an extra version of The Thing. I had the Mondo Steelbook. I sold that on the this past weekend at the movie market for a whopper of a price, which is great because I didn't need it anymore. I don't need, actually, in reality, with The Thing, because I do have the Tons of Cold Steelbook actually over there on the shelf, that's the only one of these that I wouldn't need realistically. Like, I mean, I don't need the HD DVD. The Arrow Blu-ray I don't need, but I'd give it to Dad if I was like to move out, whatever. Because I have the Arrow Steelbook, so I have the Arrow disc, so I need the Arrow Steelbook for the Arrow disc. The Universal set I want because it has the 2011 film and the soundtrack, and the 4K, but the 4K I have to use from the Steelbook, from the 4K Steelbook release. The 4K Steelbook from the US I haven't watched, so I can only hope that that works, because at least one of the Studio Canal-ish one, which is in the Studio Canal with the Matt Ferguson one, does work. This is a headache. The Thing, yeah, it's just that one Titans of Cold Steelbook is the only one of these I could get rid of and not lose anything. And the Scream Factory one, because I got that on eBay as well for like $30 to $40, only because they came with more special features that I actually already had, it had different color timing and a slipcover. I just wanted that. And you know what the funny thing is? I didn't need it because I had this. This is the fucking Turbine edition. This is my biggest set, and I adore this version, and this has everything. This set is so detailed in terms of just fucking everything that I didn't need anything but the UHD. That was the only thing I needed as an extra. I could get rid of all of this stuff and keep this alone and just have the UHD steelbook and I'd be set. Now, this is a very, very chunky release. You get a double poster, you get a Inside the Thing, which is a great look at the movie, and I think the prequel as well. It does have, yeah, it has original stuff for the prequel. Oh, let me try to show that a bit better. I don't know where to put all this stuff. There's so much of it. Yeah, it has original images from the prequel film, which is crazy because this is all, and storyboards as well. This is one of the only things of proof that this 2011 film could have been good. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's just not, the CGI did ruin the crap out of it. You might have noticed, you might not have, because I've been moving this book a lot. Let me show you. Okay, what does that title say? Shut up, German viewers. I know what you're saying. Yes, this is in German. This set, because it's Turbine Media, is in fucking German. Which also means that the Who Goes There book is in German. How annoying is that? Not for the Germans, it ain't. CD score. Because this is actually how I first got it. From this set. Collection of art cards, which are all little alternate posters. Oh my god, so many alternate posters. Do I even really need that anymore? Oh, that's a sneak preview. The Thing. There's another The Thing in there. What's that? There's another The Thing in there. A lot of the things. So here's The Thing. You get a US patch as well, which is actually also in the Titans of Cult set. Another poster, double-sided. This here, which actually has artwork. Let me show you how cool the artwork is. Holy shit, that looks great. This was not a cheap set, by the way. I don't remember how much it was because this is pre-pandemic. We're talking, this was like the first ever properly boutique release I ever got. Limited edition, one of 2,000 units. But yeah, art cards, booklet in German, making of and whatever. Original short story in German, 2 double-sided posters, CD, 3-disc set, and then the slipcover of Thing on the inside. Now, there were 2 different editions of this, which came with 2 different versions of the artwork for this. Obviously, I've only got this one version of the set. And continuous artwork all the way along. All in German. Bonus material disc is in the middle. The film is on one side. Bonus material, and then the 2011 film. Oh, so I did have the... Oh my god. I have so many editions of the 2011 film. I don't think I even realized I had this version of the 2011 film, so I did not need to buy the 2011 film, because I already had it. But if I'm not mistaken, the bonus features, which I'll try to... Okay, the problem is all the bonus material is written in German. But from my recollection, because it's been a couple years, all the bonus features, because Germany can get the rights to fucking anything, is all the stuff that Arrow had and Scream Factory. I think this is the Arrow transfer, the 4K transfer, but it has all the special features that Scream Factory had. I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time since I've looked into it because I never really needed to watch it, but again, that's why I got the Scream Factory disc separately, so I could have that separately just in case. But everything that Scream Factory had, everything that Arrow Video had, was on this release. I think transfer-wise, this was the same as the Scream Factory. It could have been the Arrow version, but I can't remember. It definitely wasn't both, because they have different color timings. So yeah, it's a crazy release. I mean, in and of its own, this is a beautiful, striking release. If you're a fan of the film, I highly recommend seeking it out, especially if you don't have any other copies of the film yourself. Like, if you don't have the Scream Factory version, whatever, it comes with all the special features. I just remember watching either a video talking about it or seeing a review or something that emphasized that detail. And for a long time, that was like a big deal for me because it gave me everything I needed whilst not having to stress about getting the other releases. And this was still expensive. I had to import it from I think from Germany. I think I imported it mint condition from Germany, and I still opened it up and then did a video on it. So whatever video I have on my channel is from so many years ago when it was the first ever version of that kind of thing that I bought. And you know what the funny thing is? The funniest thing is, that's not even my most copies of a film, and that's 8. We've got one more film. I'm going to start with what makes it a unique thing. Because every single one of these releases I've shown you so far has just been Blu-rays. But this next one, I'm going to start with my oldest release of it. Not my personal oldest, but the oldest that came out. What's that? Reflections Too Bright? Let me give you a closer up. It's the fucking Creature from the Black Lagoon on Laserdisc. Yeah, if you have known for a couple years now, for those who have been around my channel long enough, this is the Japanese Laserdisc from Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, I mentioned how I had the HD DVD of The Thing. That's pretty unique, in my mind, because I can't watch it. This is so unique, I can never watch it, unless I just know someone who has a Laserdisc. But yeah, Creature from the Lagoon is my, now on par with The Thing, most collected physical media release. Starting with the Laserdisc, moving up from there, we have the VHS. Oh god, we're going that far back. This could be older than the Laserdisc, but I don't think it is. It doesn't tell me. It actually has the same logo, CIC Video. Made in Australia, distributed by Rainbow Products Limited. Ironically, no date on it. It's actually, it does say 1092. Do we think that that's October 1992? I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Actually, it says it has renewed copyright as 1982, but this can't be from 1982. That would mean it is older than Laserdisc. It's a pretty beat up release. It's got some, obviously, damage and whatever. CIC Video, you know, you got the tape there and everything. It has been rewound. They were kind in the end. How great is that? I can't say I'll ever watch this version, but it's nice to have it. I mean, I bought it because it's just like, wow, wouldn't it be cool to have the VHS of this? But if you think that's crazy, I have a second VHS. This one I got as a part of a trilogy pack with Revenge and Creature Walks Among Us from John Harrison. This one is the US version. Obviously, it slides out. I think, yeah, it'll say there on the tape, printed in the USA. Yeah, this one is also pretty old. This one's 1999. So I'm pretty sure the Laserdisc is older than it. I should double check. But, yeah, it's a cute little release. You know, title on the spine and the top and everything. Artwork's pretty cool, so it's nice to have it as a trilogy pack. My annoyance is, that's insane. I cannot believe people put up with that. That is mental. Imagine that in its shrink wrap. Just getting that. No padding. Ugh, be awful. This Laserdisc, 1954, 1982, 1986. Okay, this, by the looks of it, 1986 release. Probably the same time as my other VHS, so my two oldest things are from the 80s. I'm not that old. Then we have a box set. The Coffin Set. Monsters Essential Set. Limited edition. It's actually meant to come with a booklet, but I didn't have it. I got this from Play Music DVD a couple of years ago. One of the first things I actually bought there before realizing that it's meant to have, like, the booklet, which I guess just had someone probably either when they donated this or whatever, just didn't have it. So, oh no, sorry, it does have the booklet. House of Horrors. It doesn't have the art cards. This is essentially, if you pull it out, which is so stupid, it's just the standard Universal Monsters set. Like, that one there. But, you know, it actually slides out with everything inside, all those disc cases. I've never had to watch it because I've never needed to. I think I had all these films anyway. I think Phantom was maybe the only one I didn't have individually, but Creature, I did have a previous Monsters collection, which I recently actually got rid of. So that actually totaled this down because I sold that Blu-ray, but then I got the VHS, so that kind of equaled itself out, which is funny. I mention that because I do have this, which is my dad's copy now, because I'm going to give it to him, which comes with a 3D version of Black Lagoon, Creature, and Revenge. This is just the trilogy set. 2 discs, Revenge and Creature, and of course the 4K scan of the Blu-ray. My first steelbook for it, because my battery's going to die, so I'm going to try to speed this up, because it looks great. The Alex Ross artwork steelbook from the US, which I have of the rest of the set, because some of the rest of the set, not all of them, most of them are 4K steelbooks. And the last 2 is the Classics Monsters, you know, Universal. If you're going to get anything Universal set, get this one. It has every single release in different sets, including, again, that same Creature set that I already have, which I had bought the other one first before I actually ended up watching them through this. And this. This is the 4K set from Australia, which is just all those films on 4K UHD, which I believe I've watched the UHD of Creature. I might not have, or I might have just, like, peeked at it and whatever, because I did watch it in 3D. Oh, actually, that is the most amount. It's 9. I think The Thing might be the same. The Thing and Creature from the Black Lagoon, I have 9 copies of each, which is obviously insane. For Creature, I don't need to have the steelbooks per se, and the legacy set I'm giving to my dad whenever the fuck I get out of here. But the rest I'll keep myself, because why wouldn't I? The Monsters Coffin set is just a cool design. The Essentials set, you got to have every single Universal Monster. They're amazing. The UHDs, because those are the only ones that have been released so far, and I'm happy with that standard kind of custom designed set. And the Laserdisc and the VHS, the 2 VHS, the cassettes, because they're just cool, and they have an old retro vibe, and I like that. I dig it. If I ever plan to watch it, that'd be nice, but, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, anyway, so obviously I'm a crazy person for buying too many copies of one film. Clearly I'm going to sell a lot of the Blade Runner and Scott Pilgrim ones after this, and maybe even the Alien ones, because I don't need them. They're just a waste of space. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go scream into a bucket, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios. We have The Thing. So here's the thing. Anyway,